if you're an amateur team and you're a serious competitive team and you want, like, you feel like you're close to giving up, like you're kind of running out of hope, whatever, and you're not sure what to do, record one of your practice sessions with comms. So like literally OBS, open up, start recording, and like that method of recording, and upload it unlisted or publicly to YouTube and send it to me. My Twitter DMs are open, so it's easy to send me links, and just send me a message like letting me know like what you're sending me, and I will, for a YouTube video, review it and let you know where you and your team are failing. Good morning, Gears. What is up? Hold on. I don't know why I start talking when I have full intention of actually drinking some of my coffee. But good morning, Gears. This is episode 3 of the Good Morning Gears series. The reviews are a little bit mixed. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of seeing like both sides of like, hey, do we want to see this again? Do we not want to see this again? I don't know, but I enjoy it, so I'm gonna keep making it. I'm actually trying to pull up right now so I can kind of take a look closer at how this series does, but yeah, I mean it's still fun, so you know, maybe it'll grow on people. Last one got 1,000 views, which is great. So yeah, we are, let's see, it is like 9:30, 10 a.m. or something like that on Saturday morning, which means I'll probably upload this tomorrow. I like to actually have the video go live, so I like to record the video like early in the morning, which this isn't really early, but I've been awake for a little while. Oh my. I like to record it early because I feel like it's more genuine if like I'm kind of still groggy or whatever. So all I've done this morning is wake up, walk my dog, and make my cup of coffee. So oh, I'm dead. That was bad. A double tap day. So it's still very genuine, I guess, to the idea of like first thing when I wake up, I'm sitting down, I'm recording this, except I had to walk my dog so she'd go to the bathroom. I'd rather know that while I'm recording this my dog isn't shitting on the carpet or something. I bounced. I've noticed lately that my up A's are really bad. Like they're inconsistent on whether or not they'll hit. Oh, that was good. That was good. I thought you'd come straight at me. So I was thinking last night about what I wanted, because I tried to record this yesterday, but by the time I actually got a chance to sit down with everything set up and, you know, have time to record this, it was going to be way too late. And like I said, it would have been taking away from that kind of genuine experience of like, this is like first thing in the morning. I hope you guys, I have this upload and go live early so that you guys like wake up and can have your coffee watching this. That's like my goal with this all. So, you know, it just got too late yesterday, and I'm hoping today's video will be, I don't know what I'm saying. As you can tell, I've only had like a few sips of that coffee. Okay, anyways, ignoring the brain fart that I just had, I got lost in my thoughts about this match. Thank you, teammate. So I was thinking last night, that's what I was talking about. I was thinking last night about what topics I wanted to cover in this episode, because usually I want to have like a talking point, kind of similar to like a podcast. you know, I have just a subject line that I can discuss, I could talk about. And today, I think, today I want to talk about kind of what's been going on with it on Twitter over the last like day or two with the discussion around like amateur players and how difficult it is to make a name for yourself, and people giving up. And it kind of started with Kimani. It started with Kimani and his tweets just about like people like quitting, and I didn't see fully what he was talking about. I kind of just caught after it stirred up discussion, right? And he was making valid points. He was talking about how people kind of have like I mean, I've been saying the same thing, and he and I, for those of you who don't know, Kimani, like he's one of the, like, he's a coach that I respect. I think he and I have pretty similar styles with how we want to approach things. I think he's a really smart guy with how he thinks about the game. I know he and I have had good discussions about the game before, and I'm dead. And so it's always interesting. He used to be like a subscriber to my stream, and I tease him about like being the one who made him like come up, I guess. But he was having this discussion, I guess, with Twitter about, you know, just like the give up mentality of the Gears of War community, and how so many amateurs just quit because it's too hard or whatever. And it sparked like a discussion that really proved that point, where a lot of amateurs are chiming in saying like, oh, I gave up because of this reason and this reason and this reason. But I'm honestly still to this point, having read all of the comments that have come in from that, I'm still genuinely confused by how people are claiming that it's so difficult. And I think what really kind of makes it get to that point, or why people believe it is that way, is because right now we're in a society where everything is kind of fast-paced, given to you, you know, demanded faster, so we make it faster. Like, think about fast food, think about like express checkouts, think about like, you know, TSA pre-check, like everywhere, almost everywhere you can think of where there would be any kind of wait for you to receive gratification, whether it be you buying food or buying clothes or buying whatever, there is the like express version, right? And I'm guilty of it too. I am very impatient when it comes to stuff. I will pay the extra $10 to order something off Amazon Prime now compared to off regular Amazon Prime, just so I can get it the same day, even if it's not like essential for being the same day. And so as like a society, you know, we're looking at a generation of people who have come up with that. Like, I'm 26, so I'm a little bit older, and a lot of the things that I experienced, like, you know, fast food was still a thing and all that stuff was still a thing, but it wasn't as much. Like, internet became a thing as I was growing up. Like, it was there, but it wasn't like mainstream yet. So it's interesting to see how that affects things like competitive nature, or like competitive attitudes. You know, you have players who think that they win scrims or they do well. I don't even know where. Actually, that's a good point. Let me expand that thought. Players are claiming like they deserve these chances and things like that, but I'm not sure where they've seen like they've proven themselves, or where they think they've proven themselves, because the only chance that you really have to prove yourself, like genuinely prove yourself, is the 2Ks every Sunday. And I know every week it's the same names over and over again in the 2K. And like in the top 4 to top 8, it's usually the same names. You know, it'll be us, it'll be Echo, Ghost, it'll be United, it'll be Rise. There was weeks where it was the Ghost crew before they split up, Simplicity. But generally, it's all names that, like, you would expect. God, that was a great Lancer. That actually hurt a lot. So, I don't know where these people are claiming they've proven themselves when the main place for you to prove yourself is it's not showing up. You know, the story that I always related to is the story of the Vex roster that had a Vexies, it had Serping, it had all these players on it that, like, I remember they were just GV kids. We wouldn't scrim them, and then there was a 2K, and I remember watching them beat up somebody on Lift. Ironically, because I'm on Lift right now. Well, different version, but oh, I rolled the wrong direction. I don't even know how that happened. So I remember watching them beat up this team, like they were flying across Lift, like where E-Hill is, at this pro team. And I remember watching the stream going, holy shit. And that it was last season, it was season 1. And that was kind of the moment where I was sitting in Discord with our team at the time, and I was like, do you guys want to start scrimming them? Like, they look good. Like, they looked like they play differently. And we played them, and they did the same thing to us. Like, it was absolutely just no fear. It was just reckless aggression, and it caught us off guard in some way, because so many teams show us respect in their gameplay, and it lets us take advantages. And that's not like me giving away a trade secret. That's common knowledge that a lot of teams just show us too much respect almost. So that's my favorite story, because that was a team of people who, you know, nobody knew them. I'm pretty sure, like, the roster, I don't remember every name on the roster. I know one of them is the dude who went on to coach United for a little while. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on his name. But it was all like a roster of like young warriors, and I knew they had been doing well, like in GBs and things like that. They remind me a lot of this Nimbus team that's going on. This guy's lagging so bad. They remind me a lot of the current Nimbus team, where it's just like a lot of like young players who are just absolute warriors, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I mean that in like they can run and gun and bang out with the best of us. I say us, like I can actually like fight. So, you know, the come-ups happen. Shock is a great example, as he so kindly reminded me in my DMs last night after my tweet. Shock is another player who came up from being unknown in this game to now consistently being on a top 4 team, played for us for a while, and was honestly a phenomenal player with us. Like, and that was kind of after he'd already established himself. Pell and Powers, both players that we've used as subs, now on top rosters, and we didn't recognize them for their LAN placement or anything like that. Because they didn't have any. We recognized them for their talent. That sucked that I rolled at that wall. And the list goes on and on. I mean, Domes, who's a fellow content creator and a pro player, is another great example. Oh, please get in the hill. Is another great example of just like somebody who came up. I mean, he kind of came up in UE, but I remember he was also, I think they were also Vex, and I remember it was like him and Neglect and Detox, I think, and someone else, I can't remember who. And like they played really hard against it. We went to tiebreaker against them at the Columbus UE event. What? Where are my shots going? So, you know, it's mind blowing to me that now amateurs think that there's this like I've proven myself somewhere, and again, I don't know where that is. And now I deserve to be given these chances, or like even still, like one amateur player was commenting about he gave up because people had money motivations rather than like passion, and which I don't understand. That's a whole different argument or discussion, I guess. And what else? There was like oh god, what else was there? Sorry, I lost train of thought because I just realized I'm recording my microphone twice, and I should have checked that. But oh well, I'll fix it post. There was like there was a discussion of like him, you know, thinking he gave up because of motivations and people had the wrong motivations, and he said requirements, like amateur teams had requirements where they needed like so many pro points and things like that, and just like that kind of information to me is absolutely shocking. And it's shocking to me because I don't know, when I competed, like pro points was barely a discussion unless like you were gunning for a top 16 team. Like if you were gunning for a team that was going to be semi-pro, then yeah, pro points was a discussion. But not for amateur teams. Like these teams are all going to be battling through open bracket no matter how many pro points they have. It's just like, that's just facts, you know. That's just kind of the nature of how it's going to be. So the fact that they're like fighting over, or they're like having pro points as a requirement, is just so crazy. Because frankly, like, I don't think any of them are really in that spot in their careers to list pro points as a requirement. I'm pretty sure one of my guys has more pro points than like most amateur players combined. So it's like, why limit your pool of talent based off an arbitrary number that really means nothing? Especially because if you're going to open bracket, I mean, the only way I could see it making sense is if your team is so stacked that you know you're gonna make it out of open bracket, and then you're just kind of planning for what happens after. Because I think the #1 seeded team out of open bracket goes to Pool D at most events, and the worst seeded team that makes it out of the open bracket goes to like our pool, the #1 seeded, like Pool A. So maybe they're doing it to like potentially down the line dodge matches against certain teams, but even then it makes so little sense to worry about pro points. And you know, they say they don't have these opportunities or they're not there, but you got to remember, like, for people like me in Gears 2 when I was competing, so I can relate to this in two ways: as a competitor in Gears 2 and Gears 1. Mostly Gears 2 though, because I didn't go to any events in Gears 1. I just like played GBs. As a competitor in Gears 2, I was stuck in like the open bracket team like issues. Oh. Why can I not kill this kid? I'm dead. Yep. And I had 0% on him. Crazy. You know, we didn't have events like tournaments online every single Sunday to compete in. That not only gave us pro points, but gave us a money prize and gave us a chance to showcase ourselves in front of, like, you know, top teams. Like, I remember in Gal 2, there was one point in time where there was a pro point ladder, like early on before Meadowlands. And that ladder was so much fun because the matches were with pro points and all the pro teams were playing because they wanted higher seeding. Like, there was a chance you would play against Infinity, the Insanes, like all these top tier teams, no matter what level of team you specifically were. So like the opportunities literally weren't there that like the amateur players now have. You have every single Sunday a chance to play for something and to get your name out there. Players like Pell and Powers weren't like noticed because their teams were breaking in the top 4 or top 8. They were noticed because they were just monsters. Like, we would play against a team, or a pro team would play against a team that they were on, and that Powers or Pell would drop massive numbers. And there's other players that have been like that too, throughout like the last 2 seasons. So the opportunities are there. It's just, I think the mindsets, again, going back to like that nature of our society, our culture, the mindsets are just like, you know, if we don't get the instant gratification, if we don't get like some sort of reward for our work early on, then we give up. And it's unfortunate because, like, to me, that's not a competitor's mindset. A competitor will do everything and anything they can to get to their goal. And I've talked about that in videos before. Oh. Ow, didn't realize they had boom. So, you know, it's definitely interesting to see how that plays out. And I think the amateur scene of Gears is dying kind of because of that mindset. I mean, there's a lot of other factors that go into it, and people are blaming the game. And I don't think that's fair or accurate at all. I don't think the game is the reason why people quit. I think the game is an excuse that people give. Holy boom. And it's not a legitimate one. It's an excuse because people don't want to look like, they want to find a reason for why they're not being successful. And rather than looking inwards, they look outwards. They look externally for that reason. That's another like mark of somebody who's not truly hungry for you know their goals. Because somebody who's truly hungry for their goals know that, you know, they don't need to satisfy that ego that they have in order to like make themselves feel better. They know that they have to feel bad a little bit in order to continue to improve towards their ultimate goal. They don't let little things like ego and making themselves feel better by blaming other outside things and taking the blame off themselves take away from their ultimate goal of like being the best or winning an event or being a pro player or like making a living playing or whatever the case may be. It's like me, like I kept making excuses of why I didn't have time or couldn't create content. And realistically, it was bullshit. The more I thought about it, the more I realized like I can do so many things, like lose weight and be healthier and then have more energy throughout the day to make this content. So, which I know you guys hate me talking about, like my weight loss journey. So I'm not going to go too deep into it, but I mean, that's an example. Like that's one of the inspirations for doing this was I want to have more energy throughout my day so that I can do more with my like opportunity in my career. Ah, that Lancer. Oh, teammate. Oh, he's bricked, but I was in third Lancer. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with the amateur discussion. It's really sad. I think I have an idea, and you guys let me know. You guys let me know in the comments. Yeah, let me know in the comments below, or show with like likes on the video maybe. But comments seems less like I'm fishing. So let me know in the comments down below. An idea that I had when watching this whole discussion is, how about amateur teams? I'm so bad at those. How about amateur teams send me one VOD or one like recording of their scrims. So if you can record scrims, send me, like upload it to YouTube, unlisted or public, whatever you want to do. Send it to me, and I will review that VOD. And I need comms and everything. I will review that, and I will tell you why your team is failing. And I will be harsh. I will be straightforward, and I will tell you why. Like if you're close, like if you're an amateur team and you're close to the mindset of like I should just give up, I will watch that replay and explain to you why your team is failing. And we'll see what happens. I mean, that's kind of an idea. I think I want to do it, and absolutely free. The only thing that I ask of is you let me make a video out of it. So this allows me to create more content that's coaching related. You guys basically get a free rod review from one of the best coaches or in the game, the best coach, whatever. I'm not going to go into that argument. And we see what happens. Oh my, there are 3 people here. I think it would be interesting. Oh. Oh, I'm missing so much, and then I die. So let me know in the comments. Is that a good idea? And if so, and here's what I'll do. I will make that clip of me saying that the intro to this video, so my title is not clickbait. And let's see what happens. You know, let's see what happens, because it's something I'm willing to do. I think I have the time in my days to like commit to a activity like that. 91. Crazy. I can make that part of my Good Morning Gears. I can make a second series where I do like an early morning VOD review. And I wouldn't give away like as when I've done coaching sessions for the public before, because you guys know I've done like VOD reviews on stream. I've done VOD review videos, short ones. I've done like all kinds of little things. I did public coaching, like one-on-one coaching sessions. So I've done all kinds of little things like that, where I'm willing to give back to this community. So if you're an amateur team and you're a serious competitive team and you want, like you feel like you're close to giving up, like you're kind of running out of hope, whatever, and you're not sure what to do, record one of your practice sessions with comms. So like literally OBS, open up, start recording, and like that method of recording, and upload it unlisted or publicly to YouTube and send it to me. My Twitter DMs are open, so it's easy to send me links, and just send me a message like letting me know like what you're sending me, and I will, for a YouTube video, review it and let you know where you and your team are failing. Like, to me, this sounds like an interesting series for my content and to see what the community says. I choked that, and that would have been for the win. Yeah, let's do it. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna commit to it. Let's do it right now. Like, not right now, but you know what I mean. Like, let's. Oh my, let's commit to doing that series, and we'll see what comes of it. Because I'm so interested in seeing what happens, because I know, I mentioned this in a tweet, I watch, like I lurk in amateur streams because I enjoy seeing what other teams do. Hell, amateur teams come up with some creative like solutions to like strategical problems sometimes. So it always interests me to see what amateur teams are like running in terms of strats and things like that. A lot of them aren't creative, but every now and then you find some, or you find like great talent. So, and I've seen a lot of dumb, bad stuff, either in gameplay or in practice habits or in communication or whatever. So this is basically like, it's basically like sending me a VOD of your team and saying roast me. Because realistically, that's probably what's going to end up happening, is I'm just going to roast. Of course you can just barrel head down through all of that. I like zoned out a little bit right there. That's how you can tell it's still early for me. When I zone out, I need to get more in the habit of pop shotting like that. That was kind of a far kill on killing it down. But it looks like that might be doing it for this video, because I think we're gonna win this round. So if you guys enjoyed, make sure you leave a thumbs up. Make sure you let me know in the comments what you think about that idea. And I hope you all have a good morning and a good start to your day, a good rest of your day, whatever the case may be. Or a good night if you are watching from somewhere else or watching this not in the morning. But thank you all so much for watching. Again, we are so close to 10K subs, and I appreciate all the support you guys have shown me. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe down below, and I will see you all in the next video.